Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you folks out there. I hope you're having a great day or great time, great evening, whatever, whenever, wherever. Anyhow, you know what? I was supposed to have a lunchtime podcast today, and my guest didn't show up. They said that they didn't have the link to connect, but I know they did. So, well, hopefully they're not listening. If you are, you know who you are. So, I thought I'd take this opportunity to talk a little bit about what's been in the news lately, and that is about the killer whales, the orcas, sinking ships off of the European coast of Iberia. Now, this is something that's been happening, or was first reported back in May of 2020. And right now, we are towards the end of May in 2023, so about 3 years it's been going on. Now, they have sunk three ships, but they are attacking more and more frequently. So the question really is, why are they doing this? And there have been some speculations. There's one particular orca. I'll just use the word orca rather than killer whale. So this one particular orca, female, they're thinking that this female orca was injured and somehow experienced trauma. We all know how we behave if we are put into a situation or if we are put into trauma. We might behave in a different way. And we've all known for such a long time, and I don't know why I don't know why some news outlets or people are thinking, "Oh my gosh, are these animals intelligent?" Well, heck yeah. I mean, we've been talking about this for for decades about the intelligence of the orca. In fact, if you go back, if you remember the movie from, I think it was 1977, the movie called Orca. If you haven't seen it, find it on some streaming network and watch it. I mean, it's a really fantastic movie. It's got a great cast in there. And it actually depicts this orca who witnessed. I believe the orca is a female orca in the movie, witnessed that its partner, a male, and its child. Now, again, I can't remember if it was the male that survived or if it was the female, but whichever one, it witnessed the other two, like I said, the child and its partner, being killed at the hands of this man, of this person. And in the movie, all of a sudden you see dun, 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 right in the eye or the orca, and all of a sudden it's just like, ooh, I think it's got a brain, and it just locked in that guy's face, and it knows. But the whole movie is about the orca finding this man and hunting this man down. It remembers this person over a period of time. And speaking of period of time, orcas can live really as long as we can, meaning 50 years, and some have speculated that there's some orcas that could be or have lived as long as 100 years. So, that's really like our life expectancy, our lifespan. But going back to the intelligence of the orca, so why wouldn't it be possible, plausible, feasible that this orca witnesses or has a traumatic experience with a boat, got cut by a rudder or whatever it is, and now it's angry. It's experienced this thing, but it sees the bottom of the hull of this boat and it thinks it's a threat. So it learned at that time how to fight it, to get away. So now it is teaching it to others, to the other young orcas, to even older orcas. It's going from one, I believe they're called pods, from one pod to the next, but it hasn't come over to the States, to that side. It seems like it's been mostly centered around that Iberian coast in Europe, in that area. So why isn't it possible to say, yes, this is exactly what's happening, is that something traumatic happened to that orca, and now it is warning the other orcas and teaching it, this is how you defend itself. Aside from that, isn't it kind of odd right now where it's just happening in that area? It's like it's territory. People, we have territory, and then what do you hear in the news? Somebody shoots and kills somebody because they walked onto their property. So, same thing. They're defending their property. You know, about all of this is we as humans, sure, we are top of the food chain, the smartest species and all that, or we're supposed to be. But look how violent we are, and look what we do. We encroach on other species, other animals, into their territory, and we take it over. All right, we aggressively take things over. So this makes me think about the movie The Planet of the Apes. Here's another movie for you folks if you haven't seen it. The new one, sure, but the old one from 1967, 68, sometime in that frame. If you don't know about it, watch it. I'm not going to spoil it, but apes ruled the planet. And it's kind of like 2,000 years, 2,600 years into the future. Hey, maybe 500 years into the future, these orcas are going to be running the water. They're going to keep us out of certain channels, out of certain places. Maybe we need to learn how to cohabitate, work better with all these different species, different animals from around the world. We shouldn't just kill them off or corral them and put them into pens or anything like that. Now, again, this is just my opinion, and I'm just going off on this because my guest did not show up for my podcast, and I wanted to talk about this because it's hot in the news right now, and it's something that's, I'll say near and dear to me because an orca is an animal. It is an intelligent animal. It is an intelligent being. So what's the prime directive in Star Trek and all that kind of stuff? Basically you don't interfere. Anyhow, put in the comments what you think about all this. If you've heard of things like this that's been happening, have you been watching it, seeing in the news? What do you think? Are we, as species, as humans, are we the good guys, or are we bad? Now, I know saying the good and the bad, I'm not saying that everybody is good or everybody is bad, because of course there's going to be groups of that, but that's probably going to be any place in any environment, any species. But I believe as a species as a whole, we are probably the most violent. You may look at something and see something else and go, oh my gosh, that animal attacked that other animal and killed it. Well, that's a little bit different violence. There may be some species also that possibly hunt for sport and things like that. But, what do we do as a species? We hunt for sport. We kill for revenge, all that kind of stuff. Anyhow, I'm going to stop talking. In the comments, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next time, have a great day and be kind to one another. Bye-bye.